Welcome one and all. It's your daily escape from the world now as we take you on exciting holidays because it's time to cruise away with Derek and Joe. And this time we're cruising in luxury with the few and enjoying so much more as we adventure with Azamara Cruises.
Yes, we are. This is your chance to sit back, cruise the world, enjoy the most wonderful food, entertainment and service, and be treated like royalty with included drinks, special exclusive celebrations, entertainment and service that's second to none. Now, more importantly, you're truly visiting the destinations with more overnight stays and longer times in port.
Yes, and you'll love the warm atmosphere on board as well. It's all designed to make your journey a special one. Let's show you life on board one of these wonderful ships straight away as we take a fire and ice adventure next August to Alaska and Japan in the same cruise. It's brilliant. And we're going to fly you over to Vancouver in Canada first, which of course is the gateway to Alaska, and you'll enjoy the city with 2 nights here in a hotel. Lovely.
Yeah, with your breakfast included too. Lovely to be visiting in August, so just on the tail end of summer. It's a lovely indoor-outdoor place to explore with Stanley Park, Granville Island, Grouse Mountain and so much more. Then we join the Azamara pursuit for 21 nights, 3 whole weeks cruising, and so much more already included on this luxury vessel. And you really are cruising with the few, or journeying with the few instead of cruising with the many, because it is something that is much more of a bespoke experience, Azamara. Lots more space to relax, enjoy, a larger, crew to guest ratio as well. So you again, your service is very quick on Azamara. You've got your beers, wines and spirits included, your tips and gratuities, self-service laundry, which is paramount on a longer cruise.
I love that.
You know, that's great. Just on every stateroom floor you have that. As amazing evenings. Now these are wonderful. These are bespoke experiences that the ship curates. In port. Usually it's somewhere outside in port, and they've arranged a venue and transport for you to get really into the culture of the unique port you might be visiting. And every single itinerary has a different as amazing evening. So that's just a special inclusion in your voyage. Port shuttles and longer times in port. Now these are other things that make your experience so much more special and bespoke, because quite a lot of the time the ship has to dock outside of the main town just due to regulations of that port or whatnot. And if you're on another ship, you might have to pay for the shuttle, but that's included. Longer in port, this enables you to have longer excursions to see more of the area, or perhaps explore after hours, do a sunset sail, do an evening tour. It's all a potential offering when you are on Azamara Cruises.
It is. I mean, you can see me enjoying everything about life on Azamara there in the footage. It is like everything is for you. You're never waiting in line at a bar. For instance, even when you go to the patio by the poolside and you're ordering your burger, your hot dog, your snack during the day, they will literally come and take your very precise order.
Yes.
And they will cook it fresh for you, literally there and then. There are wonderful places to go and learn, relax, explore. The enrichment is fantastic. And these celebrations that they have, the As Amazing Evenings, are wonderful because they'll create a whole big food offering before you go off and explore and enjoy your unique experience. So out of Vancouver we go?
Yes, and into Ketchikan first of all, and this is where you'll have your As Amazing Evening, which is Timber Traditions and Toasts. So you'll have a cocktail hour, as you mentioned, to kick things off with local Alaskan brews on ship. You might see axe throwing, tinglet dance performances, and nice culinary offerings as well, and the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show. Then we're on into Klawok. We don't see this very often. It's a rich in Tinglet heritage, and so it's one of the largest collections of totem poles you'll see as well, and incredible stories kept alive by the locals. So do a tour to learn all about that. Next up, we're into Icy Strait Point, which is for your wild landscapes and authentic native culture as well. You might see incredible eagles and whales alongside the world's longest zip line, so do take that tour over the rainforest. Then it's Haines, blending rugged mountains with small town charm. I love this port. I used to call here every week on my Alaskan itineraries. It's beautiful. The Hammer Museum is a fun one to visit. That's right next to the port, actually. But just stroll the nature that's on offer. Then we have some scenic cruising through Hubbard Glacier, which really dominates the horizon. Wow, and massive ice walls. And you might see the thunderous carving of the glaciers. This is a frozen frontier. It's unbelievable. It seems alive. Then we're into Valdez. Now, this is where you might see beautiful fjords and waterfalls and glacier-fed waters with incredible wildlife. You can kayak or you can do a glacier hike while you're here. Perhaps do the Columbia Glacier cruise by a small boat. Then it's Seward, gateway to the Kenai Fjords, and I've done this excursion. It's amazing. The Kenai Fjords boat tour, where you might see puffins and otters and sea lions and whales, if you're lucky enough, and that's just incredible. Then we're into Kodiak, wild and green and home to the famous Kodiak brown bear. The bear viewing flight sing adventure is an incredible and very unique trip to take, and of course you're flying over. Then we're into Dutch Harbour. I've never seen this on an itinerary before, I have to say. It's known from The Deadliest Catch, if you follow that show. Working fishing port surrounded by volcanic peaks. Perhaps do the World War II Aleutian military history tour. Next up, we're into Miyakojima in Japan. Yes, we're into Japan, I know, after some days at sea. It dazzles with turquoise seas, beautiful white beaches, so a real juxtapose from Alaska. Take a snorkel safari over the coral gardens whilst you're here. Yes, we're in the coral reef here. Then it is Hitachinaka, and it's famous for the seaside park here, which is very beautiful. The rolling fields of seasonal flowers, and of course you're there in August, so you should see those lovely landscapes of blue, pink and scarlet as pictured. Next up, it's Tokyo, and you're going to disembark and you've got a 3-night hotel stay in Tokyo, which is wonderful. Now, wow, neon lights meeting ancient temples is what Tokyo is all about. See some highlights of Shibuya, Asukaka and Jujuki over the market as well while you're there. And then, of course, so much more to see and do. What an itinerary. Some of these unique ports I've never seen on a cruise itinerary before.
Yeah, it's staggering, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, really, really different. And that really is, I mean, it illustrates perfectly the Azamara difference, because they are smaller ships. They can get into ports that the larger cruise ships just don't have a prayer of getting into at all, which is wonderful, which gives you a more immersive experience. And that's what Seeing Alaska is all about. I love the fact, and I just think it's only happened, as far as I'm aware, over the last few years, that there are itineraries that combine Alaska and then you take a real curveball and go off in a very different direction and end up in Japan, where the whole world gets brighter all of a sudden, and you've got the Tokyo stay here as well. So you're witnessing those great views and the wildlife in Alaska, and then heading over to just the magical wonders in Japan as well. It's more inclusive cruising, remember, and you've got stays as part of this package in both Vancouver and in Tokyo, and then 3 weeks of the most intoxicating cruising experience. It's so relaxed, it's so tailored, it's so, every whim is kind of taken care of while you're on board, and you're in an ocean view stateroom on our special offer here as well. Let's show you the price tag, because this really is all about experience cruising, because you're cruising with around 700-800 people, and that's very few in the cruising world these days, and that means that you've got a more immersive experience while you're on board. There's certainly more service coming your way, more tailored to you. And remember that Azamara spend up to 80% of their itineraries in port. So when you go to a place, you're there for a longer day. You maybe will be able to fit in 2 or 3 excursions on a day, but it is so relaxed and easy, and everything there is taken care of for you on board. And of course, they've got wonderful excursions which are really beautifully tailored, which you can treat yourselves to if you want to along the way, enjoying drinks, special events, that wonderful almost one-on-one service with the crew, it feels like it, lovely intimate entertainment, and the chance to meet some fascinating people among the passengers and the team on board along the way. Your flights are all included, the stays in Vancouver and Tokyo, and that tailored fire and ice itinerary on Azamara Pursuit, including that exclusive Azamazing evening event in Ketchikan in Alaska. Here's everything that's included, you lucky people. And that Azamazing event, by the way, actually combines 2 or 3 ordinary premium excursion experiences. That's what Azamara do as part of your cruise. They take you to something that you can't buy a ticket for because it is tailored for Azamara, but you are not paying a penny or a cent more for it, which is incredible. So listen, if you are interested, you've got more questions, please do call our team. Remember, we're talking August of next year, so a deposit today will lock that price in for you. Remember, this is ocean view on board as well, which is just a real treat. I have to tell you, you will very much love life on board Azamara if you haven't done it before. If you've done it before, I know I'm preaching to the converted here. I know how once you've done it once, that's it. There's no way back. There's no way back to regular cruising.
Right.
Once you've had this small ship, big luxury experience,
Yes.
it becomes a way of life that you think, you almost have that, oh, I wish I hadn't started this, because it started something new. But it's wonderful. It's like opening up a new chapter in your life.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Yeah, so special. Well, we'll get back on board Azamara Pursuit now for our next more inclusive journey into Southeast Asia. And remember, up to 80% of your cruise is in port, with more time to enjoy exploring and discovering the places you're visiting. So, with a select passenger count of only 700 or thereabouts, let's go and make some true discoveries. We'll start by flying you on the 28th of October next year from Sydney over to Hong Kong and settle in with a relaxing 3-night hotel stay here.
I'm relaxed already.
A city of real contrasts, Hong Kong. Neon towers, mountain trails and timeless temples. You can see it all. The Victoria Harbour, the Star Ferry, and then we're back on board the Azamara Pursuit for 14 nights, which once again offers you so much more included. The Azamazing evenings, which we'll get onto, a really bespoke experience, as you mentioned, Derek.
You've got a fabulous one coming up here in
yes.
Thailand. You're going to love it in Pattaya.
Oh my gosh, I'm jealous of this.
Yeah, completely.
Yes.
It is lovely.
Having been a huge fan of Thailand, I've never done anything like you're going to get to do on this experience.
I tell you what, everyone as well, with the Azamazing celebrations, they are so good. If it's an evening celebration, they'll create this enormous celebration buffet which reflects the part of the world that you're in as well.
Yep.
And honestly, it is like a work of art. You don't even want to touch it. I mean, I was there when on the day I was filming this, they were doing a destination celebration and they were preparing it, and all the executive chefs were there as well. Every single detail was taken into account. It was like
amazing,
it was like all of the catering team were there creating this wonderful display. And do you know what? That is a daily occurrence as well. You know, the way they prepare the food, whether it's casual dining or whether it's the main event in the main restaurant. And you do have a couple of specialty options if you want to enjoy those as well. They have Aquilina and they have Prime Sea, which is a steakhouse as well, which have a very small cover charge to enjoy them. Because you're enjoying drinks right the way through it, you don't have to think about, okay, well, what is it going to cost to have the perfect wine pairing to the steak that I'm enjoying or the dish that I'm enjoying this evening? And it's just those little extra touches which are a way of life on board Azamara, which you will truly love. It's all about the attention to detail and the warmth of the welcome on board. You know, just the way everything is so relaxed, nothing is any trouble. You don't ever feel like you're bothering anyone or asking too much of anyone. It's wonderful, and the soft serve is very good, I have to say. The big kid in me just had to do it.
It looks incredible. Suitable for all ages.
Yes.
You also have, alongside so many other inclusions, like your self-service laundry, your tips, your gratuities, your drinks, which include alcoholic drinks too.
Yeah.
You have got your fitness classes included, so your Pilates, your yoga, your spinning, whatever you want to try. So we are cruising out of the port of Hong Kong, and a day at sea will see us into Halong Bay. Now, we're going to take a little bit of time here. We have an overnight, in fact. So we're here to see these incredible, rivers and lakes, and it's just beautiful. Limestone casts and emerald waters that Halong Bay is known for. Pure enchantment, really. The floating villages, the quiet lagoons by day, and then you've got to see the sunset, which is why we're staying. Then it's Chiang Mai, the gateway to the imperial city of Hue and the lantern-lit charm of Hoi An. You're going to see citadels and pagodas and riverside cafes. Now, take a guided tour of Hue's imperial citadel and a perfume river cruise while you're there. Then it's an overnight on board in Ho Chi Minh, which buzzes with a lot of energy. You'll see the kind of the chaos of the motorbikes and, you know, the French colonial boulevards and the vibrant markets, but a more relaxed side of it as well if you head on out to the mangroves, the Mekong Delta. Perhaps take a Cu Chi Tunnels exploration tour while you're there. Now we have an overnight in Bangkok, and this is where you'll get to experience the Azamazing evening, Whispers in Wood, a night at the Sanctuary of Truth. Wow. This is where you'll see hand-carved wooden temple rising above the Gulf of Thailand, and an unforgettable show as well. It's going to be once in a lifetime for sure. So much more going on with that. Then it's Koh Samui, and this is where you can just take a day to relax at the beach or maybe head to an elephant sanctuary. I would recommend Samui Heaven, Elephant Heaven. It's a really great one to see, and you get to feed the elephants too. It's so special. Then we have an overnight in Singapore on the ship as your hotel, and then we've got another 3 nights. We've got 4 nights total to enjoy this wonderful tropical paradise where East meets West. There's lots of luxury shopping, there's lots of luxury experiences, but if you want to, explore the traditional Singapore, head to the kampongs outside the city. After all of this excitement, we're going to be flying you back to Australia with no doubt many stories to tell.
Oh gosh, I don't even know where to begin. This is like an encyclopedia of the world, isn't it? I mean, you are dipping into the amazing culture, and remember, every single stop you make as part of your Azamara cruise is a longer stop. And remember, with less people on board, you're straight off the ship and straight on your adventures, whether you're joining one of the tours that you've decided to treat yourself to, or you're just wandering straight in. If it's somewhere a little distance from the port to the city, they will shuttle you straight in, and you're not waiting and waiting and waiting, which means you can really explore these places. This really, I have to say, without exaggeration, this is like having your own tailored tour journey around Southeast Asia. The difference being that your journey from place to place is a simple one, with 2 weeks of that immersive discovering in Vietnam and Thailand and Malaysia to enjoy. So you're not constantly checking into an airport and going from one place to another. You just get back on board the wonderful ship and just let it take you to the next port of call. 14 nights of more inclusive cruising, with your hotel stays included in both Hong Kong and Singapore either side of your cruise, all the flights taken care of as well, and a price tag which I was very surprised when I saw. I shouldn't be surprised, because our team here at CruiseAway have been putting together these deals with all the major cruise lines for over 25 years. We're part of a global company, one of the biggest global cruise booking companies that there is in the world. And that's how we can negotiate price tags like this, because we've got such well-established relationships with the cruise lines, with the airlines, with hotel brands, with tour operators. It's incredible. Now, this is a true treasure with less hassle, because we take care of all the arrangements for you. And when you're on board Azamara Pursuit, you'll enjoy the best of small ship luxury with so much included, and so much time to see the places as well, with those multiple overnight stays along your route in Halong Bay, in Ho Chi Minh City, in Bangkok with the Azamazing evening, of course, and in Singapore at the end of the cruise as well. And you've got just the best of times on board. I've been on board the ships, as you can see, and they are dream worthy and so relaxing. The accommodation is incredible. Everything you need is there. And the team on board, well, literally they cannot do enough for you. You are going to have the greatest time. Once you've done it once, you'll be doing it forever. Here's everything you need to know about this holiday. It's so good. So your itinerary price includes your flight from Sydney over to Hong Kong. You've got 3 nights in a hotel there. 2 weeks of that Azamara cruising with your drinks included, gratuities, entertainment, wonderful intimate service, the fabulous dining, and your exclusive events as you cruise through Southeast Asia. You end with an overnight in Singapore. We've also included an extra hotel stay there for 3 nights. So you're there for 4 nights in total before your flight back to Sydney. Incredible value for money for this high-end luxury bespoke cruising. That's exactly what you're doing here with fewer people on board. 1300 408 765 to get that deposit in today, I would say, and ring round, tell people about it as well. The more the merrier. But remember, there's only 700 or so people on board, so it will sell out very, very quickly. Right, let's head straight off for our final offer in this show, and it's a newly released journey taking in Southeast Asia again, but for the end of March in 2027 in a different direction. 20 nights, flying first off to Hong Kong for a 2-night hotel stay there, which is very, very nice indeed. It's always nice to start things off in a kind of relaxed way. I know Hong Kong's a busy city, but you can relax and chill out, know you're there in plenty of time.
Yeah, and you can take it at your own pace. From crossing Victoria Harbour on the Star Ferry and gazing out from the top of Victoria Peak to wandering golden temples and neon-lit street markets. We're joining the Azamara Quest this time for 14 nights. You know, these ships are all very similar in size and in layout, but they all have their own unique identity too. So you can see the atrium there, as it's going to be slightly different. I love the low-key luxury vibe of Azamara. It never feels imposing. There's not too many dazzling lights in your face walking from one space to the next. You know, it is about you know, just taking it at your own pace and enjoying the journey. So there's a really well-equipped library. I mean, a lot of the time when you're on a cruise, you might just want to sit and do a jigsaw and read some travel guides. I mean, that's a nice thing to do on Azamara. They do, of course, they do bring on lecturers for their enrichment program too, and some fantastic musicians. You will find nightly stage shows like you would on any other ship. They're just going to be more cabaret style, a little bit more pared back, low key, which is really nice, and it suits the cruise line very well.
And I'll tell you something else as well. That area that I was just sitting in there is a wonderful performance space as well, and they very, very clever. They keep the brain ticking over while you're on board as well, because they do amazing trivia events, which are great fun to do, even if you think you're no good at quizzes. You know, when you see quizzes on the TV, you think, I can't answer half of those questions. They make it very, very simple, but they also make it pertinent to the part of the world that you're actually in as well. So you kind of learn things along the way, which I really love. Do you know what? I mean, quite apart from everything being, you know, spick and span, beautifully clean, beautifully fresh, wonderful food, everything to such high levels of attention to detail, it's so relaxed on board. Honestly, you will have the greatest time. What I would say to you is, in a nutshell, you've got room to breathe on a cruise like this. You're not rushing, you're not stressing, you're not thinking, well, how do I do this? And what happens then? Because there is literally, you reach out your hand and there is another member of the team on board, and they're all so full of knowledge. Remember, they're going around the world all of the time. They've had every question under the sun. So if anything occurs to you, just reach out and they are there to help you. And that's another element to making a journey like this just so special. Well, I did mention that we're going off in a very different direction this time. So let's start in Hong Kong for our 2 weeks.
Yes, a day at sea will see us into Taipei in Taiwan, a city of vibrant contrast. You'll see ancient temples sitting beside soaring towers, and it's an incredible city to explore the heights that give you a wonderful overview of this town as well. And that's Ishigaki Island. This is all natural paradise, known for the turquoise waters and coral reefs, in fact. Yes, Japan is known for its great coral reefs. We might not have known this. So maybe do a snorkeling safari to explore that whilst you're here. Next up is Naha. The Okinawan capital offers distinct culture shaped by centuries of tradition from the Kyushu Kingdom, and you'll see the incredible castles that reference this, of course, this history too. Next up, we have a double overnight on board in Shanghai. Brilliant, dazzling, really dazzling city with neon skylines, colonial boulevards, and dynamic culture for sure. So you can wander Bund, explore the Yew Garden, and dive deep into the art and cuisine culture of Shanghai as well. This might be where the Amazing Evening is. Then it's Dalian in China, and this is a coastal city. You've got leafy boulevards, and interestingly enough, a Russian heritage. So you might want to do a highlights tour, including the Shongsun Square and Russian Street. street to see a little bit of everything. Beijing's next, and this is where you'll have an overnight on board. It's a monumental. They call it the Forbidden City. Of course, you've got Tiananmen Square and the Great Wall. Now, this is where you'll absolutely want to visit and do an excursion for sure. Then we're going to disembark in Seoul, and we have 2 nights in Seoul, South Korea. Pretty incredible city, I have to say. Technology and tradition intertwine in Seoul. So you can explore the Gyeongbokgung Palace, the bustling markets as well of Sandong, and the real futuristic districts of Gangnam. What an experience this trip is going to be.
I know. Where do you start with this one? I mean, it's so good, isn't it? And again, as we mentioned before, as we have done right the way through this show, it's all about spending longer in port as well. I mean, a double overnight in Shanghai is fantastic. That equates to pretty much 3 days in the port, so you can see it by day and by night as well. Well, listen, I'd love to tell you more about it, but we need to get to the booking part of this. And this is the time to get those big travel adventures booked and into the diary. And this early bird is well worth catching today at a price tag. Ooh, look at this. This is really, really good because we are talking about those very much higher echelons of cruising here, that attentive service, that more inclusive offering, that being longer in port, cruising with fewer people, waiting in less lines. I mean, this is fantastic, and you are seeing some amazing places here. It's so good. It's living the high life for the best part of 3 weeks on this holiday, with your flights included, first to Hong Kong to enjoy a 2-night hotel stay there, and then it's all aboard the Azamara Quest for the new and exciting Southeast Asia journey with fewer passengers, more of everything as you cruise through Taiwan and Japan, the double overnight stay in Shanghai, and the chance to also experience an overnight in Beijing as well to discover its treasures. Here's everything that's included. Remember, the trip ends with a twist as you arrive into Seoul in South Korea, which is a revelation in itself, and you'll stay there for 2 nights as well before flying home. There will be an As Amazing Evening bespoke event somewhere along that journey as well. We don't have the details yet because this cruise is in 2027. It hasn't yet been released, but it will be something exclusive that you can't buy a ticket for, that will be included in your fare as well. You know, it's going to be in one of those big highlight cities, isn't it? It's going to be in Beijing. It's going to be somewhere like that, isn't it? I can't wait for you to enjoy this. And really, this holiday kind of comes in 3 parts, really. There's the booking today with a deposit to lock in the price. So there's all the excitement of looking forward to it. Then there's the going and being on the holiday and enjoying all of the wonders there. And then there's the legacy that it leaves behind. All of those wonderful memories, all of those wonderful pictures, all of those wonderful keepsakes and stories that you bring back. That's what a holiday like this really gives to you. It is stunning, and that's life-changing. That's life-affirming as well, isn't it? 1300 408 765. Please don't wait for a big occasion. Please don't think, oh, we'll wait until, you know, both of us are 70 or, you know, we retire or whatever.
No.
Don't do that because,
No.
you know, the average age of cruisers is coming down and down and down all the time. The sooner you discover it, the more of it you'll do.
Carpe diem.
Absolutely.
You've got to absolutely
live the day.
Get out there and experience these adventures while you can, and you know, get booking. You might want to book a couple at a time. You can put your deposit down and start, you know, building up to paying it off by the due date.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for your company as always. We're here every day, of course, so come back and see us again soon as we cruise away again.